Hello and welcome to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, which is very unfortunate because the time this video will be going up, I am already on vacation. If I'm sick during my vacation, I'm going to be very upset, but either way, if I sound a little bit weird today, that's why. Alright, so last time we did the human hives. We turned people into skin and bone cocoons for some reason. Has not much to do with hives, but okay. We did it anyway. Next would be the Entomutagen. Scientists try to save insects by engineering a bacteria to mutate them. And it works. Horribly, horribly well. Controlling an army of buzzing nightmares, will you devour mankind? Or use them as living hives to hatch more monsters? Or transform them into half-human, half-insect hybrids to do your bidding? The disgusting choice is yours. Okay, please rate if you enjoy it by Azrafiel. Sure, alright, why not? Oh, do we want to go for the catalytic switch and so on? You know what, let's switch things up to the metabolic jump. I'm gonna go for Darwinist. Why not? We haven't done mutation games for a little bit. I hope that actually works this time. Aquasite, Extremophile, Transstasis all seem pretty good. Normal difficulty. I'm gonna go ahead and switch things up to Throbbing Defect. No. Gassiitis. No. Disthrobbing Piercing Pandemic. That sounds perfect. Entomutagen released. Global warming, pollution, and other factors have decimated the insect population, which threatens the entire world's ecology. Scientists have released Entomutagen, an engineered bacteria which causes mutation within insects, hoping it can strengthen them enough to keep them alive. Yeah, it sounds a little bit like this whole, oh, the bees are dying. If we do not pollinate, we can't grow food, and all of Earth will die. Kind of thing. Yeah, why not? This might not have been smart. Oh, you don't say. Really? Okay. It's up to you to control how the insect population evolves and how it deals with its, no apostrophe, greatest enemy, mankind. There are numerous ways. They can be consumed, turned into living hatcheries, or even converted into strange hybrids. What method will you choose? I don't know. They all sound pretty promising. Let's go ahead and start off in Egypt, because whenever we have a plague of apocalyptic proportions, Egypt just seems fitting to start off. I don't know why. We have 3 points. What do we want to work with? Let's see. We have birds, we have rodents, livestock, blood, water, air, all pretty standard. Ooh, pollen. Pollen sounds pretty cool. Pathogen is spread between insect colonies via flowers. Increases infectivity, land and air transmission, and chance mutation. Goodness gracious me. That sounds pretty dang good. Land and air? Not bad. Alright. As far as some other options for the symptoms, we have swarm. Insects start to form larger swarms with increased aggression towards any form of threat. Increases allergic reactions, especially in wealthy countries. Infest. They become more active at night, burrowing into sleeping humans in search of new places to lay their eggs. I'm sure you mean like they're crawling in people's ears, right? Like, I would think that if an insect is burrowing into my skin to deposit its eggs, I would wake up. But maybe not. And then we have infect. Insects secrete a mixture of the bacteria and their own DNA into human hosts via bites, starting a horrific metamorphosis. Bites are more common in human areas. Well, between the 3 of these, what would be best? We did go for transstasis, so I should be able to get a ton of transmission. Maybe we go for infest, because it sounds like that is going to allow me to turn people into hatcheries, which presumably means just infect everyone in the world and we win. At least I would think that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, we might go down the infest path. Let's see how that works out. We have our cold resistance and heat resistance as normal, and pesticide resistance. Oh, now this is clever. Oh, I like this. Well done! So instead of antibiotics, which would not apply to insects, we have the exact same thing with basically just pesticides. Very nice. Kudos. Kudos, Azrael, or wait, no. Oh, crap. I already forgot your name. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm tired and I'm feeling ever so slightly sick. Nah, my wife has it worse than I do, though. Gonna be honest. So I can't really complain that much. Let's go for the pollen. I like the idea of going for some pollen. A little bit of land and air transmission. In an arid, landlocked, well, not landlocked, but an arid region with lots of land borders. There we go. Yeah, it makes sense. Let's also go for some air. Again, arid regions. Should allow us to get some early Ooh, we got Swarm. Should allow us to get some early DNA by infecting new countries a little bit faster. I'll go for the water now because this is Egypt after all, and thanks to the Suez Canal, we get around quite a bit. So we have our Swarm. That leads to Ocular Focus. Insects focus their initial attacks on the eyes to prevent their prey fleeing or fighting back. Horrifying. Pheromones. Upon finding a target, an insect will release a powerful pheromone that summons all other insects to the area to assist with the attack. Okay. Swarm Coordination. Multiple targets to prevent them from assisting each other. That sounds a little bit like Cure Resistance to me, but I might be wrong. And then Weakness Exploitation. They focus their attacks on the young, the infirm, and the elderly to increase the chance of fatalities. Poor country's vulnerable. Well, we're going to hold on to some points and keep going down the transmission route. If we are going to go for Infest, then yeah, I think we might as well just get as much transmission as possible if that's going to be our victory condition. It may or may not. I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to get a lot of mutation chance right now. We did go for Darwinist, I'm aware. But I don't want to go for too much too early on because I did notice there's a bit of early game lethality, which increases the likelihood that we will get this if we have a lot of mutation chance. And they'll start working on the cure a little bit too early, which I don't want. Let's go for some more air. But later I might go down for some birds, rodents, livestock, and so on. Yeah, you never know. Oh, good. A nice wide spread pretty early on. I like that. Let's go for some more water. There's Extreme Bioaerosol. It's pretty typical. You must construct additional pylons. Yep, never gets old. Never gets old. Oh, they found us in Egypt. That was pretty early. We don't even have any lethality or barely any severity. I'm shocked. For a non-mega brutal game, that was pretty quick. What's this? Infected corpses. Corpses killed by insects retain traces of the pathogen within them for a short while after death. Oh, some necrosis. Ooh, I like that. Let's go for some pesticides, and then we may want to go for some cold resistance, so we can get around to the north areas a little bit faster. Egypt is already working on the cure. New CDC chief. Gregor Samsa promises the world a change. Never seen this before. Is that new? Or is that part of the scenario? That's the thing, I can never tell. The game may have gotten an update for all I know, and there's something new. Or, you know, it could be just the developer being a little bit creative, which I'm not opposed to that. Hey, cool, we got into Iceland a little early. I like that. 36 points to work with. Do we want to go for more pesticide and cold resistance? You know what? Fine. Let's do some more cold resistance. Ocular Focus just mutated for free. And let's go... Well, I have 2 more points until I can get more drug resistance. Sorry, pesticide resistance. There's a difference. Alright, we're in Russia. Good. Russia and Norway. Hot countries are getting hotter. Well, we're already resistant to the heat, so hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. Let's go for some extreme bioaerosol. That should help things tremendously. Getting into Russia and Norway, by the way, is important because I think they both have boats that go into Greenland, so you want to infect those countries pretty early on if you started off in the Middle Eastern region, as I often do. We have way too many points. Let's go for more pollen. Extreme pollen. Especially in hot climates. Land and air transmission. That's pretty good. I'm going to go down Infest. It leads to pulmonary transmission or epidermal transmission. Insects crawl beneath the surface of the skin. Oh, shivers. Ugh. Laying eggs that are released to the outside of the host so they can spread via touch. Or spread via breathing. I feel like this is probably pretty good with the air. Let's go for this. Laryngitis. Insects irritate the host's larynx to cause coughing, allowing for further distribution of eggs from the lungs, especially in urban areas. That sounds also pretty good. And then we have Cranial Gestation. Insects construct egg sacs in the front of the cranium, causing migraines and placing stress upon the frontal cortex. Makes research slightly more difficult. Ooh, I like the idea of doing that. Okay, wow, lots of red bubbles to go with. I love it. Let's go for this, reduce things a little bit. Entomological. These are some big words. Entomological encephalopathy. Right? Yes. Newly hatched larvae now consume the frontal cortex, destroying higher brain function. Research slowed significantly. Where's the victory condition? Toughened mandibles. Let's go for some livestock in the rural areas. I know Russia counts as one of those. I need to get into places like Greenland ASAP. Actually, we're already in Greenland. My mistake. We're missing the Baltic states of all places. Oh. I thought we hadn't been in Greenland. We were, but I didn't get the pop-up yet, so how was I supposed to know? Answer, I wasn't. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't ask things like that of me. Alright, entomological encephalopathy. We'll also go for the epidermal transmission that leads to sweating, especially effective in the hot climates. Again, where's the victory condition? How do I know if I win? Sweating symptom mutated. Cool, we got that for free. I like it. Subcutaneous? Subcutaneous. I'm actually not sure. Consumption. Insects develop the ability to consume flesh, fat, and muscle beneath the skin and replace it with large clusters of eggs. Okay, and then we have swarm expulsion. The epidermis slumps off the host, allowing the newly matured insects to burst forth in a swarm, leaving nothing but a skeletal husk. I don't see any infect everyone and you win options here. It certainly seems like this is just a different way to kill everyone. What's this? Entomutation. Mutation chance. Could always go for the gangrene, but let's go for the entomutation. Why not? We got Darwinist, we might as well play to our strengths. Buzzwords banned. Really? Fortune 500 companies have unanimously decided to ban the use of buzzwords for some reason. My question is, are they going to ban BuzzFeed? Because they really ought to. WASP problem. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants are desperately seeking a new acronym. What? Why? White Anglo-Saxon Protestants. WASP. Okay, cute, but I have yet to meet a single person go by White Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Like, is that something you would identify as? I know I wouldn't. Global research focused on a cure. Pheromones developed for free. Okay. So now we're going to be attacking people a little bit more effectively. I'm going to go for the swarm expulsion, but I'm kind of disappointed that there's no infect everyone and you win option. I was kind of banking on that. Disney announces a surprise sequel, A Bug's Death. Yeah, I'm starting to see a trend here. A lot of pop-ups. Oh gosh, okay. Yep, this just sort of proves my point. Americans have been asked to pronounce ants like aunts, like the British, to avoid unnecessary panic. Because every single one of these pop-ups is now, how many words can we find with an insect name in them that will freak people out? Yeah, you guys got better things to do. Swarm expulsion. Let's also go for the toughened mandibles. It's a little bit more lethal. Well, no, you know what? The weakness exploitation is actually better. What's this? Anthropodal talons. Insect legs develop razor-sharp claws among the femur, tibia, and tarsus, allowing them to hook onto their prey and shred the flesh. Yikes. Antarctica problem. Antarctica to be renamed not Arctic. Oh my god. Antarctica. Take the ant out. Boo! I feel like half this scenario. Oh my gosh, spelling bee's canceled. Yeah, it seems like most of the work in this scenario was put into all a bunch of the puns. Infect symptom mutated. This one. Antenna. Epidermal. I'm assuming this is chitinization? Because chitin? You'd think it'd be like chitin. A lot of people pronounce it chitin, but it's chitin actually. The skin of the host begins to crack and harden into chitinous exoskeleton. The transformation is less obvious in cold regions where civilians wear more clothing. Australia begins to break down. Well, good, but we're not killing very fast. No healthy people left in the world, and we have not won. Okay, I need to be worried about that then. What's this? Hybrid instigator. Mislead cure progress. Is that the same as getting a genetic reshuffle? Let's try it. It did by like 1%. Scientists fear words. Like antibiotics. Oh god. Moth report. Boo. Disappointing Kafka novel. Disappointing reviews of recently discovered lost Kafka novel. Critics complain. Too metamorphosis. Oh my god. Metamorphosis. Boo! SWAT team shame. SWAT teams, despite the name, surprisingly ineffective at dealing with insects. Yep. This scenario is all about the insect puns. I'm ragging on him too much. It actually is a little bit clever. Credit where it's due. Toughened mandibles, or I think we go for the anthropodal talons. Maybe we go for the toughened mandibles as well. Little extra lethality? Or do I save it? You know what? I'm going to save it for another genetic reshuffle on the off chance that I need it. No cure research can take place, they say. In some places. How's the world looking as far as cure research? Most of it is destroyed. Okay, let's speed things up a little bit then. I'm gonna go for the toughened mandibles. Strengthened mandibles. Strong enough to tear off and consume human flesh. I need 6 more points. Come on, Daddy needs some DNA. There we go, thank you. Strengthened mandibles, lots of lethality. Alright, well this seems like a victory to me. We just got our epidermal chitinization for free. Not that it does much good to us at this point anyway. Swarm coordination leads to necrotoxin secretion. We also have synthotoxin secretion. Burning through protective clothing. Huh. It certainly seems like going for the swarm is the best way to do things. I mean, Infest, like, it has some lethality, but I feel like between these 3 and what you're going to get between these, if you're going to have to kill everybody anyway, you might as well go down Swarm. A lot more lethality to be had, rather than waste your DNA on a lot of symptoms. Now, the Infect tree, I'm not really sure how that works. Turning everyone into half-insect, half-human hybrids. Now, there's something where you would think that if you infect everybody, you win. Maybe, maybe not. Anything I want to spend some points on? Sure, rodents, why not? We'll infect our rodents as well. Piercing pandemic to eradicate humans. Yep. That was easy. Easy enough. They actually made a lot more progress on their cure than I expected. 2 stars. It's okay. So yeah, I think that the swarm makes the most sense. It's a pretty basic way to win things. The problem is you don't want to go for too much lethality too early on. So I think going for transstasis, getting plenty of infectivity in the early game is a good strategy. And then probably just go down swarm. You know, my life for the swarm. Problem solved. Just win. But maybe infect does allow you to just, well, literally infect everyone in the world and win. Turn them into some sort of monster. I don't know. Could work. Was it a good scenario? Yeah. It had a lot of jokes, a lot of puns, just lots of insect stuff. Kinda cute, I guess. Maybe a little bit distracting as well. Whatever. I had fun anyway. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then hit that like button, leave a comment wishing me luck on my vacation, and of course, subscribe for my future content. I, as always, will be seeing you guys next time.